Empowering others to excel with your host, Jacqueline Job. Empowering others to excel with your host, Jacqueline Job. Are you ready to be transformed? I'm here to uplift, encourage, motivate, and inspire. Empowering others to excel with your host, Jacqueline Job.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well today. Thank you for tuning in today. I am your host, Jacqueline Jobs. I am your empowerment strategist. I am here to uplift, motivate, encourage, inspire you. So thank you to my WMEG listeners and the ones who are listening on the social media platform. Thank you for tuning in today. If you have not subscribed, followed, or liked me on all of the social media platforms under Empowering Others to Excel, please go ahead and do that. And also let your friends know that we are on. If you have been tuning into our past segments and they have truly blessed you in some way, they gave you some insight, changed your perspective, helped you to shift your mindset, and you know that you have a friend who needs to do the same thing, I want you to send them a message right now like, hey, I need you to tune in. This is going to help you out. So go ahead and hit that share, that like button. Let your friends know that you need to join on to this life coaching session because I am here to be your accountability partner on today to help you to push you to your next. So once again, good morning, everyone. I am your empowerment strategist, Jacqueline Jobs. Now, today, our topic, well, I'm going to say this. Last week we got off. We ran over time and we stopped on a certain topic. So today I'm going to pick it up from that topic. So today our topic is you have to release in order to receive. You have to release in order to receive. That is our topic for today. But first, let's recap what we talked about last week. Let's recap what we talked about last week. Last week, our segment was moving with confidence while facing the unknown and carrying yesterday's baggage. That was our topic from last week. And then some of the key takeaways that we talked about last week were understanding the unknown triggers fear. And we all know this. We all know this. When we have to do something that we're not sure about, we get the anxiety happens, we get nervous, and we get fearful because we like to know what's going to happen next. And when we are walking in that season of the unknown, we become fearful. So that is what triggers when we're in that unknown season. Fear is triggered. Good morning, Aunt Vera. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Last week, another key takeaway was the different ways that baggage can show up. So we talked about baggage briefly last week and the different ways that baggage can show up: past trauma, betrayal or heartbreak, childhood wounds, failures, mistakes, missed opportunities, guilt or shame, and people's opinions. We also talked about why confidence is still possible even with baggage, because some people believe that since they know they're carrying this baggage, they can't accomplish anything. And they're stuck in that place of, I want to release the baggage, but I don't know how to release the baggage. So they're just going to continue the cycle over and over again. And they need to be able to break free. But I need you to know that you can still have confidence while you have the baggage. Why? Because confidence comes from who God says you are, which is your identity. Confidence comes from what you survived because you built resilience in that. Confidence comes from what you overcome. There is evidence in your life based off of what you have overcome. There is fruit in your life based off of what you have overcome. And then confidence comes from what you are capable of, your abilities. You have things that you are capable of doing. So all of those things build confidence. So I need you to understand that even though you're walking through the season of uncertainty, you have this baggage, you can still have confidence. And then the last topic that we talked about last week, well, it wasn't the last one, tools to build confidence in the middle of chaos. And the different types of tools were grounding in identity, truth over feeling, micro steps, rewriting your narrative, practice self-validation, and faith anchoring. And then we got into the topic where we're going to pick off today. Letting go of yesterday, releasing emotional weight. Release what you can't change, release what's no longer your responsibility, release who hurt you, and release who you used to be. So that is where we're going to pick up today. We're going to pick up today with our topic. You have to release in order to receive. Now, I want everybody to know that you're stepping into a new season. You're stepping into a new season, and every season requires you to release. It requires you to release. You cannot carry the old into the new. You cannot carry the old into the new. So today's segment is going to help you with understanding what it is that you need to release, and then helping you to release those things. So now the question that I want to ask you, what are you still holding on to that is taking up space in your future? What are you still holding on to that is taking up space in your future? I want you to think about that. What are you still holding on to that is taking up space in your future? Are you still holding on to those baggage, the ones that we just mentioned previously? Past trauma, betrayal or heartbreak, childhood wounds, failures, mistakes, missed opportunities. Are you still holding on to them? Guilt or shame, are you still holding on to it? People's opinions, are you still holding on to it? Now, I'm going to be saying these things over and over again throughout our session, the different type of baggage, so that way you can realize what baggage you have and what it is that you need to release. All right. So now let's dive in. Let's dive in right now. Let's dive in to our first topic. Why release is necessary for growth. Why release is necessary for growth. Now, life has seasons. A lot of times people hear, oh, I'm in this season. I'm in this season of my life. I'm in this season of my life. But what actually are the different types of seasons? I'm going to break them down very briefly. I'm not going to do a heavy deep dive into it, but I'm going to break them down very briefly as to the different seasons. So that way you can relate and find the season that you are actually in. Because a lot of us, we say, oh, I'm in this season. I'm in this season. But do you really know what the season is that you're in? So I am going to help you with that. I'm going to help you to identify the season that you are in. All right, we have season. One season is the season of growth. One season is the season of growth. This is a time of new beginning, fresh ideas, new opportunities, renewed hope, and planting seeds for your future. And what is it? The season of growth. The season of growth is meant to start something new and build momentum. So I want you to think about that. Are you in the season of growth? Are you in this season of new beginnings? Like you're starting a family, buying a new home, starting a new job. Are you in this season of growth? You have new ideas, new opportunities, renewed hope. Another season, the season of productivity and abundance. The season of productivity and abundance. In this season, you see progress. You feel confident. Yes, we all want this season. Yes. Your effort begins to show results and you feel supported and aligned. This is the season of productivity and abundance. Now, the purpose of this season is to strengthen your work habits and enjoy the growth that you planted. So we discussed two seasons, the season of growth and the season of productivity and abundance. Next season, the season of transition and change. The season of transition and change. In this season, there is a shifting in relationships, life changes, preparing for something new, letting go of things that no longer fit. This is the season of releasing and reevaluating. This is the season of releasing and reevaluating. This season is meant to prepare you for what is next. by removing what can't go with you. So I want you to think about, are you in this season? This is the season of transition and change. Next, we have the season of stillness, rest, or waiting. The season of stillness, rest, or waiting. In this season, it feels uncomfortable. This is that uncomfortable season. It feels like there's slow progress, waiting for answers, feeling stuck or unsure. This is the season that I have been mentioning for the last couple of segments. When you're in that season of uncertainty, you're stuck at the crossroads. That is this season, the season of stillness, rest, or waiting. There's a season of deep reflection, emotional or spiritual quietness. In this season, the purpose for this season is to strengthen your internally so you can grow externally. So it's strengthening you internally so you can grow externally. So maybe for the past 5 or 6 sessions that we have been on, I have been speaking to those people who are in the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. Why? Because I have been pouring into you those things that are going to help you to change internally so that way you can grow externally. So if you are in that season of stillness, where it seems like everything is just moving so slowly, you're waiting for answers, feeling stuck or unsure. I mean, this is literally what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Deep reflection, emotional or spiritual quietness. You are in the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. And the purpose for this season is to strengthen you internally so you can grow externally. And what it means by that is that it means that you're going to have a shifting of the mindset. You're going to be able to see other people's perspective. If you need to gain empathy during the season, guess what? You're going to be able to gain empathy. You're becoming more self-aware. You're becoming more self-aware. So you're being able to identify who you are. You're able to verbalize who you are. So if somebody comes up to you and say, "Who are you?" You can tell them more than your name. You can list off the different characteristics of who you are. So that is what it is. It's building you up internally so you can grow externally. So those are the different type of seasons. Good morning, Brianna. Good morning. Okay, now I want you to stop and think. I want you to stop and think. What season of life are you currently in? What season of life are you currently in? And what is it trying to teach you? What season of life are you currently in? And what is it trying to teach you? So if we go back, are you in the season of growth? Are you in the season of transition and change? Are you in the season of productivity and abundance? Or are you in the season of stillness, rest, or waiting? So I want you to be able to identify what season you are in. And then I want you to gain an understanding of what it is that that season is going to teach you. What has it been trying to teach you? So I want you to think about that. Now, each season is different. When you go through your different seasons, there are different priorities that are going to take place during those seasons. There are different mindset shifts that you're going to have during those seasons. You're going to have a lot of different aha moments through each season where you're going to become aware of some things that are going on in your environment, your surroundings, and then you're going to become aware of some things that are going on with you. Things that you're going to be like, I didn't know I did that. I didn't know I thought like that. So you're going to have a lot of aha moments, but I want you to realize that you need to be able to take everything that you are learning, everything that you are experiencing during those seasons, and you need to make it a learning experience. Yes, pain is hard, and we're like, how can I make it a learning experience? It can become a learning experience because once you have accepted the situation, accepted what has happened, you can stop and look back and say, now, what can I learn from this? What has this taught me? What has the situation taught me? Okay, we have Vera. She says she's in the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. She's in the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. So in this season, you are being built up internally. You're being built up internally. So therefore, if you know what it is that you are lacking, you can apply those things to build yourself up even the more, to be able to cover yourself, to prepare yourself for what is going to happen next. Okay, so now this is the key point. You cannot grow while holding on to those things that no longer serve you purpose. You cannot grow while holding on to those things that no longer serve you purpose. Because a lot of us, we want to take things with us that we don't need to take anymore. Yes, it was useful, it was beneficial in times past, but now it is a season of letting it go. So we're going to, on today, identify those things that we need to let go of. We need to let go of, because you cannot take everything with you to the next season that you're walking in. Just like you can't take everybody with you to the next season that you're walking in. It doesn't mean that they're going to get dropped off completely, but they're just not going to be there for everything. All right. So now, this is what I need you to understand, because the topic we're talking about right now is why release is necessary for growth. Release creates clarity. Release creates clarity. So that means when you are willing to let things go, other things become clear to you that may have been blocked because of what you were holding on to. You may have been holding on to a feeling or to an emotion, and it has been blocking you to be able to see reality. So when you release, things become clear. Release lightens the emotional and mental load. And I need you to stop and think about that. Have you ever been stressing over a situation, and you've been stressing over and you've been trying to figure it out? Like, how can you make this thing work? And you finally just surrendered it. You gave it over to God. You was like, I can't anymore. I just can't, because it's not in you to be able to handle it. So once you finally surrendered it, you felt light. You felt light. It was just like, oh my goodness. Why? Because you released it. Once you release things, there is a lightening of the load that you are carrying. Next, release positions you to recognize new opportunities. Once again, a lot of times we do not see the opportunities because we are blinded. We are blinded by those things that we are holding on to. We're blinded by the fear. We're blinded by the things that people have told us in the past that we have kept, and we keep rehearsing over and over and over again. We are blinded because we don't want to feel uncomfortable. So instead of feeling uncomfortable, we're holding on to that thing that is giving us comfort when we need to let it go. So release positions you for new opportunities. And then release protects you from repeating old cycles. Release protects you from repeating old cycles, because yet, once again, what baggage are you holding on to? What baggage are you holding on to? Are you holding on to those past traumas, betrayal, heartbreak? Are you holding on to those childhood wounds? Are you holding on to those failures, those mistakes, missed opportunities? Are you holding on to the guilt or the shame? Are you holding on to people's opinions? So once you decide that I am going to release those things, it will help you to stop and break those cycles. Because I know there are times when you're like, why did this keep happening? Like, why does this keep repeating itself over and over again? Like, I know better. Like, I know better. I should do better. Like, what is going on? The problem is you are holding on to things that you need to let go of. And since you're holding on to it, and you keep trying to hold on to it, and you keep trying to cross over to the new, but that thing keep bringing you back. And once it brings you back, you repeat that cycle over again. And you're sitting there trying to figure out, like, nah, like this not going to happen again. Like, I know better. And then it happens again. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm going this way, but it's pulling you back this way. And you're like trying to figure it out. It's because you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. So now I want you to stop and think about that thing. You need to be able to release in order for you to stop repeating those cycles. Okay, now I already asked the question. What season of life are you currently in? What season of life are you currently in, and what is it trying to teach you? For those who just came on, we went over the seasons of life, the seasons of growth, the seasons of transition and change, the season of productivity and abundance, and the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. And I also mentioned that the past couple of segments that we've been talking about have been to those people who are currently in the season of stillness, rest, and waiting. It feels like there's slow progress, waiting for answers, feeling stuck or unsure. There is a quietness in the emotional and spiritual quietness. And then there's deep reflection. So I want you to identify what season are you currently in? What is it teaching you? But then I also want you to ask the question to yourself, what are you holding on to that is taking up space in your future? What are you holding on to that is taking up space for your future? So yes, your future. And then you have things that you're holding on to, and it's taking up space. So we need to release some of those things so that space can be open and available for new things to come in. So I want you to think about that. And then also I want you to think about this key point or this key question. What did it cost you? What did it cost you because you held on to something that you should have let go of? What did it cost you? Did it cost you your peace? Did it cost you your time? Did it cost you a relationship? Did it cost you progress? Did it cost you confidence? What did it cost you? So I want you to think about that. You held on to something, or you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. And in the process of you holding on to it, it made you lose some things. What did it cost you? Okay, so now, next, what you need to release. Now, this is what we talked about last week before we got off. What you need to release. Number one, release what you can't change. Release what you can't change. When we hold on to things, it drains our energy. We can't change it. It's time to release it. Just like they always say, there's no point crying over spilled milk. It is spilled, it's done. So we need to be able to realize it is out of our hands. It is out of our control. We cannot change it. So you need to just be like, come to terms with it. Come to terms with it, understand it, and just let it go. Pray on it, let it go. Don't hold on to it. You hold on to it, it builds the tension. You become stressed out. You have anxiety. You start to worry. It causes a lot of emotional stress, a lot of emotional drama that does not have to be. So release what you can't change. Stop holding on to those things. You can't rewrite the past. I need you to understand. Your story is ever going. Every day that you wake up, you are writing your story. You're adding on to your story. So yes, there are some things in our story in the past that we don't want to share with people. Some things that we are embarrassed about, some things that we are ashamed. We want to hide, like, oh my goodness, did I really? Yes, there are things you don't want to talk about, but guess what? It's in your past. You're going to continue to write your story. You're going to continue to grow. So in the process of you growing, you're going to continue to add on things to your story. So stop dwelling on those things that happened in the past. It is time to let them go. It happened, yes. Some things you didn't like happened, yes. Come to terms with it, pray on it, let it go. Next one, release what's no longer your responsibility. Release what is no longer your responsibility. You are not required to fix, carry, and rescue everyone. That is not your responsibility. A lot of us feel that it is. Like, I got to help them. I got to help them. I got to help them. You got to help yourself. Help yourself. Pour into yourself. You continue to give, and nobody is pouring back into you. You're exhausting. You're depleting yourself. So I need you to release what no longer is your responsibility. Next one, release who hurt you. Release who hurt you. That means forgive. Forgive does not excuse what happened, but it is giving you the release that you need. It is giving you the freedom that you need in order to grow and move forward. So you have to be able to forgive in that situation. The last one is release who you used to be. Release who you used to be. And that means those old habits, those fears, all of those things in the past that you did not like about yourself. Release it. That is who you were. That is not who you are now. How do I know? Because you would not be sitting here right now trying to gain some strategies, some tips in order to grow and make yourself better. So that is who you were. That's not who you are now. So release it. Release it, understand it, say, yep, that's who I was, but that's not who I am. Release it and let it go. You cannot build your future holding on to those past things. So now the question that I have for you, which of these 4 areas do you feel in your spirit the most? Or which of these 4 areas do you know there's something that you need to release? Is it release what you can't change? Is it release what no longer your responsibility? What's no longer your responsibility? Is it release who hurt you? Is it release who you used to be? Which one is it? I want you to be able to identify which one is it. And then once you identify what it is, then I want you to understand what you're making room for. Because if you're releasing some things, now you're making room. You're making room. You're making room for things. So I need you to be able to understand what it is that you're making room for. Okay, we had Tammy, she said she's releasing what she can't change. Okay, so now, since we identified it, now we need to know what we're making room for. Now, in order to, when you release, guess what? You're able to receive. When you release, you're able to receive. So these are some things that now that you are going to be releasing, because I'm going to give you an exercise. I'm going to give you an exercise in a little bit that you're going to do. So that means grab a paper and a pen, so that way you're ready for this exercise. But right now, when you release, you can receive. And these are some things that you can receive. You can receive a new relationships. You can receive new mindsets, new opportunities. You can receive peace. Oh my goodness, I know we all just want that peace. Because every day, just let the peace fall. Like, I want peace, no drama, no craziness, no emotional rants. I just want the peace. So when you release, you can receive the peace, the clarity, the understanding, the knowledge and the wisdom. You can receive all of that. You can receive, and you know how to make better boundaries for yourself when you release. You're able to create better habits, healthy habits. And then you're able to receive purpose and direction when you release. Okay, so now, if you are ready to receive, I want you to type in the comments, I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive. And then I want you to stop and think, what do you want your life to look like in 6 months from now? What do you want your life to look like 6 months from now? What do you want your life to look like? And then what do you want to feel, experience, and walk in? So those are some things I want you to think about. 6 months from now, I want my life to look like this. I want to feel this way. I want to experience this. And I want to walk into my new. So I want you to think about those things. I want you to think about those things. Okay, so now this is the activity. Get your pencils, get your paper. Come on, get it out, get it out, get it out. All right, because I'm just going to ask you some things. You're going to write it down, and then you can go from there on your own. So guided clarity exercise, where am I going? This is the exercise. Step 1, identify the clutter. Step 1, identify the clutter. So that is, what thoughts, fears, or relationships are crowding your life right now? Identify the clutter. Identify the clutter. Step 1. I'm going to try to drop all of them in the chat. So I want you to do that. Write it down. Step 1, identify the clutter. What thoughts, fears, or relationships are crowding your life right now? Step 2, identify what you want to receive. What is it that you want to receive out of this once you decide to release? Once you decide to release and you decide to let go of the things that you can't change, what is it that you want to receive? When you decide to release and let go of the things that are no longer your responsibility, what is it that you want to receive? When you decide to release and let go of those who hurt you, what is it that you want to receive? And then when you decide to release and let go who you used to be, what is it that you want to receive? You need to be able to identify that. Step two, I'm sorry, that was step two. Identify what you want to receive. Step three, connect the release to the vision. For each thing you want to receive, ask yourself, what do I need to let go of in order to make room for this? What do I need to let go of in order to make room for this? Because once again, once you're able to acknowledge what it is that you need to let go of, that is the first step. And remember what we said, you celebrate the steps, small steps, celebrate them. So the fact that you're able to say, I want to release this, celebrate it, air high five, there you go, you did that. Now the next step, what are you going to do? You're going to identify the clutter. What thoughts, fears, and relationships are crowding your life right now? Then what are you going to do? Identify what you want to receive. What are the top three things you desire to walk into your next season? And then three, connect the release to the vision. For each thing that you want to receive, ask yourself, what do I need to do to let go of it in order to make room for this? Okay, so I want you to identify those things. Identify those things. And I want you to be able to work on these things at home. But I'm going to guide you through some of this. I'm going to guide you through some of this as well. I am going to guide you through some of this as well. So now, see, now you're like, so how do I get there? I got you. I'm ready for you. I got you. So how do you get there? First, define your destination clearly. Define your destination clearly. And what I mean by define your destination clearly, I want you to ask yourself, what exactly am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to achieve? What will my life look like when I reach this place? And how will I know when I arrive? So yeah, I mean, you're setting some goals in order to get to this next step. You're setting some goals in order to get to this next step. All right, now I'm going to drop, for those who are watching via social media, I'm going to drop in the 3 steps into the chat. For those who are watching via social media, I'm going to drop the 3 steps into the chat so that way you have them. Okay, so now how do I get there? How do I get there? Step 1, define your destination clearly. Ask yourself, what exactly am I trying to achieve? What will my life look like when I reach this place? And how will I know when I arrive? That was your step 1. Step 2, break your destination into small milestones. Now, this is basic goal setting. When you create a goal for yourself, you need to be able to create small, achievable steps. And I'm going to say this because a lot of time we create this broad goal and then we try to reach everything in this broad goal and it overwhelms us. We need to be able to create small, achievable steps. So then I need you to identify what you need to move forward. Identify what it is that you need to move forward based off of whatever it is that you said that you want to release. How can you move forward after you release it? Because a lot of times, depending upon what it is, there is going to be a warfare that comes from you releasing this. There's going to be some kind of attack, and people are like, oh my goodness, I don't want the attack. When you want something, you have to work hard to get it. So if you want that freedom that comes with this release, you have to work hard to get it. Because and the thing about it is, people want to say everything does not have to be spiritual. But I'm going to say there is a spiritual and there is an earthly connection to everything. Everything that we go through in life, there is a spiritual and there's an earthly connection. So I need you to understand, yes, we're walking around here in the flesh on the earth. But while we're walking around here in the earth, in the flesh, doing everything in the natural, yes, there's a spiritual connection to everything that we did. So we need to be able to understand that. So when we're trying to go forward and we're trying to do better, guess what? The enemy wants us to stay stuck where we are. So if there are things in our life that we need to release, and you're deciding that you're making that decision that I am going to release these things, there is going to become an attack from you trying to release these things. Why? Because the enemy doesn't want you to. The enemy wants you to stay where you are. The enemy wants you to stay stuck. The enemy wants you to continue to allow him to have a foothold in a doorway into your life. Just like if you're one of those people who keep saying, yes, I am one of those people who continue to repeat the cycle over and over again. I keep messing up, but I know I should do better, but I keep messing up. Why? Because you did not release it and you have a doorway open and the enemy knows that doorway and he's going to send in whatever that thing is that is tantalizing your flesh, that is making you stumble and fall. He's going to keep sending it your way because he knows this is what you like. This is what you like. And that is what the problem is for most of us. And we sitting here and we're going, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Yes, it is real because we're leaving that doorway open for the enemy. That is what it's boiling down to. We're leaving that doorway open. He knows what we like. Why? Because he has been studying us. He has been studying us every day. He's watching our pattern. He knows us better than we know ourselves. We over here trying to figure stuff out, and he already like, like, yeah, she don't see that, but I see it. He don't see that, but I see it. So I'm going to use this to get them. So that is what is going on right now. If you continue to stumble, you continue to fall over the same thing over and over again, and you're trying to figure out why, what in the world is it? It's because you have left a doorway open that needs to be closed. And how are you going to close that doorway? You're going to release those things that are no longer serving you purpose. Those things that you feel as though you need to carry because they supported you back then. It helped you back then, but it's not helping you now. So I need you to be able to go back and identify what is that baggage that you are carrying. What is the baggage that you are carrying that the enemy is using to cause you to stay stuck, that the enemy is using to cause you to stumble and fall? What baggage are you carrying that the enemy is using that he is dancing all over your mind with, making you think of thoughts that are not pleasing to God? What is it? Yes, we have those issues, those situations where people have spoken into our lives and they have not spoken into our lives in a way that was going to uplift us. It was not pouring into us. They spoke negativity into our lives. And we keep rehearsing those words over and over and over again. We rehearse what those people said. Why? Because it hurt us. It hurt us because those individuals we looked up to, those individuals we thought were supposed to be pouring into us, loving on us, having our back and being in our corner, and they weren't. They spewed out hurtful things that caused us to shrivel up, that caused us to hide, that caused us to stop walking in our purpose. And then after they said what they said and did what they did, they walked away and left us. But after they walked away and left us, we're still carrying those words. We're still carrying that hurt. We're still carrying the emotions that are still attached to it. We're still carrying the feelings. We're carrying all of that. And we need to be able to release it and let it go. Why? Because we're in a place where we want the more. We want the more for ourselves. We want to be able to embrace new opportunities. And whichever shape it looks like, we want to be able to embrace it. So what do we need to do? We need to be able to release those words that were spoken over us. Those people who said you were never going to amount to anything. Those people who said that I don't see why you're doing this. It's not going to work. Those people who verbally abused you. Those people who physically abused you. We need to release that. We need to say, I forgive you, not for you, but for me. In order for me to grow, in order for me to receive all of those wonderful things that God has for me, I need to be able to release this. I'm not going to carry those past mistakes. I'm not going to carry those failures. I'm not going to do it. Yes, back then opportunities were presented to me and I messed up. So I lost that opportunity. I lost that chance. But that doesn't mean that down the road, another opportunity that is better or similar to the opportunity that was presented to me is not going to come again. I am not that same person. These are the things that you have to be able to tell yourself. I am not that same individual. I am not that same young girl. I'm not that same young guy from back then. I have grown by leaps and bounds. I have obtained so much knowledge based off of the experiences that I have gone through. I have obtained wisdom. I am resilient now. I am be able to bounce back. I'm able to fight. So therefore, you can't come at me with the same tactics from before because now I see it clearly, I understand it clearly, and now I know what it is that I need to do to move forward. These are the things that you need to be saying to yourself. This is what you need to be saying. Yes, it is uncomfortable with the release. Yes, it is uncomfortable letting things go because it served a purpose at one point. But you have to get to the place where you understand that it's not serving that purpose now. It is not serving that purpose now. So it is time to let it go. And I'm going to go back to letting it go. So, old you, it is time to let it go. I release the old me. I am not that same individual anymore. I know that about myself now. So I am releasing it and I am ready to receive. Same thing, old, releasing the hurt. I am releasing all of the past pain. I'm releasing the past trauma. Every single person who hurt me, every single person that I can see in my mind, I can envision you. I can hear the words that you said. I know what you did to me. I am forgiving you and I am releasing that now. I am no longer holding on to it. That situation that happened in the past is not going to predict my future. I am capable of walking out my future. So I'm not going to let that situation hold me back anymore. It happened in the past. I have gone past that. I have gained and grown from that experience. I am releasing that experience. I am releasing what no longer is my responsibility. I cannot fix everybody. I am not the glue that holds everything together because in certain people's family, they always say it's one individual that holds everything together. And then you feel that pressure that you have to be that one person that has to hold everything together. It is no longer your responsibility. It is no longer your responsibility. You cannot carry that burden all by yourself. It is not your responsibility. You cannot rescue and save everyone. It is not your responsibility. So you have to release that. Release that. Let those burdens go that have been weighing on you heavily. It was not your fault that such and such got into this situation. You told them what they needed to hear as far as pouring into them wisdom. They have choices. They made the choice. They decided to go this way. Now, the only thing you can do is pray for that individual. Pray that they get clarity and understanding. Do not hold on to that burden. Do not hold on to it. Let it go. And then the last one, release what you can't change. Don't let those situations steal your peace. It happened. It's gone. It's over. You may have lost somebody in the process. You may have lost opportunities, but don't let that distract you from your goal now. Release what you cannot change. Say, yes, it happened, but I'm moving forward now. I don't like that it happened, but it happened, and I'm moving forward now. If you need to go and apologize, apologize, and you're moving forward now. So those are things that I need you to be able to understand. And those are the steps that I need you to take in order to get this breakthrough. Yes, it is a breakthrough. It is a breakthrough. So those are the things that I need you to do in order to get this breakthrough that you desire, because this is what you want for yourself. So I need you to be able to do these things in order to get it. Okay, so now I went off a little bit, but I'm back now. So this is what I need you to do. Once again, I want you to stop and think. I need you to stop and think. What is the baggage that you are carrying? What is the baggage? That is your ultimate step for the release. What is the baggage? I want you to sit down. I want you to think about it. Write it down. It can be more than 3 things. It can be more than 4 things. What is the baggage? And when you're writing this baggage down, I don't want you to sit and go, oh my goodness, it was a lot of stuff going on with me. I don't want you to start beating yourself up. No, because you already know what you are dealing with. You already know the things that happened in your past up until now. So what I want you to do is just identify it. What is the baggage that you are holding on to? What is it that you're still holding on to that is taking up space for your future? What has it cost you? Do you want it to still cost you those things? Did that baggage that you're holding on to, did it cost you friendships? Did it cost you love? Did it cost you happiness? Did it cost you peace? Are you willing to continue to let those things hinder you? Don't let it hinder you. Don't let it hinder you. And then I want you to be able to identify how you're going to let it go. How do you want to let it go? And then from there, I want you to create some steps for yourself. Every day, just do one thing that is going to enhance your life, that is going to pinpoint something that you are releasing. So if it is forgiveness and you need to forgive yourself every day, forgive yourself for one thing that you did in the past. If you're holding on to things and you need to be able to forgive yourself every day, I forgive myself for this situation. I forgive myself for this decision that I made. And you have to mean it. Mean it. So whatever it is, that is how you can start. Every day, forgive yourself for something. Forgive yourself for something. And then go from there. So that is how you're going to open it up. I forgive myself for making this decision. It will no longer have a hold on the things that I do moving forward in the future. So that is what I want you to do. Create those steps for yourself. And I need you to know that through all of this, you are capable of releasing those things that are no longer serving you purpose. You are capable of doing it. So don't let anybody stop you in this decision that you're in. Because some things that you're going to do, somebody's going to look at you and say, why are you doing this? You know why you're doing it, and they might not understand why you're doing it. But don't let that stop you or hindering you, because you're trying to grow. You're trying to grow. So if you have those individuals in your life who you can sit and talk to this about, once again, accountability partners, find you some accountability partners. If you have accountability partners, type it in the comment, I have some accountability partners. This way, I just need you to be able to find those individuals who you can share this with, then they can help you along the way. If you have a therapist, your therapist can help you along the way. You have a mentor, you have a coach, they can help you along the way. And if you don't, and you need a coach, guess what? I am here. I can help you along the way. Because my goal is I just want to see everybody happy, living their best life. That's what I want. And in order for us to get there, we have to be able to do things that are going to improve our life. We need to change internally so it can manifest externally. That's what we said earlier. We need to change internally so it can manifest externally. And these are some steps that we need to take. So what are you letting go of on today? How are you going to let go of it? So these are the three simple steps. What, why, and how. What are you doing? What do you need to let go of? How are you going to let go of it? And how is it going to look? What, why, and how works in almost every situation when you're thinking about things to try to advance yourself. What is it that you need to let go of? What is it that you need to release? How are you going to do it? And then what is it going to look like? Or how is it going to look after the fact? How is your life going to be after the fact? I want you to think about those things. So once again, this is the affirmation that I want you to say. I release my past. I embrace my future. I move with confidence. I choose faith over fear. I am becoming stronger every day. I release my past. I embrace my future. I move with confidence. I choose faith over fear. And I am becoming stronger every day. Now, I hope today's session was beneficial to you. I hope that you all gained some insight from today's session. I hope you gained some insight from today's session and you have learned some different strategies that are going to help you to be able to release those things that are not giving you the support that you need, release those things that are taking up space, and then be able to receive the new. I hope that on today, that is what you received. Also, I want you to be on the lookout. I have put it inside of the social media platform. I am going to have a grow and create, write the vision and make it plain vision board experience. Hopefully it will be in January. Just look out for all the information when it does drop. Look out for the registration form. During this time, we are going to sit together. This is going to be an in-person session. We are going to sit together and we're going to have some coaching on helping you to identify what you want your life to look like going forward. Because a lot of times people, they do the vision board parties and they just sit and they cut up the pictures and they put them on. But no, I want you to have a full understanding of what it is that you want your life to look like. How are you going to get there? So we're going to go through a whole coaching session and then we're going to engage in creating our vision boards. So when you walk out, you will have a new mindset on how you're going to obtain those things that you so desire for your life. And you will have some goals in place that you can achieve. There will be goals that you can achieve because you're going to sit and we're going to work together to create these goals because they have to be obtainable goals. Goals that are like, yes, I want this. So that is what we're going to do during the vision board experience. So just be on the lookout for the flyer when I drop the flyer and then the registration form. And this will be an in-person gathering, an in-person gathering. So once again, I thank those for tuning in. Excuse me. I thank my WMEG listeners for tuning in. And WMEG listeners, if you want to be a part of this vision board experience, I'm going to need you to follow me on one of my social media platforms so you can see the information when it does drop. So once again, thank you all for tuning in today. WMEG listeners, social media listeners, thank you all for tuning in. I hope that today's session brought you some kind of enhancement for your life. If you would like to reach out to me, you can always email me at jacquelineJobes@EOEchangeagent.com. I am available. I normally check my email so I can be available for you if you need me to. And then also, if you would like to partner with Empowering Others to Excel so that we can continue to reach the masses, we can continue to help people to grow, you can do so. You can use CashApp EOEchangeagent.com. Yes, CashApp EOEchangeagent, just change agent, no .com, I'm sorry. So that again, I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for tuning in. Please tune in. Do not tune out. And until next time, I pray that you all be blessed.
Empowering others to excel with your host, Jacqueline Job. Empowering others to excel with your host, Jacqueline Job. Are you ready to be transformed? I'm here to uplift, encourage, motivate, and inspire. Empowering others to